Thank you for staying with us. Mr. Issa Gusau had the floor and was explaining some issues which were raised by Emmanuel Osemeke in Abuja regarding some donations which were made to the Borno state government. And you had said that the first one made by Ndimi was not to the state government, but to the Victim Support Fund.
Yes, it was at the presidential fundraiser presided by the president. And it was 750 million.
Okay.
Not 2 billion. Well, even Ndimi is giving 2 billion and we don't know where it is, we probably will set up our own probe panel. Maybe make Emmanuel the chairman, because we need that money so that we get the 1 billion from wherever it is.
Okay.
And that's one aspect of it. The second one, Jais Bank did not give Borno state government any money, to the best of my knowledge. They donated food items. I think 2 trucks of food or something in 2014 or so. Then the third one, Zenith Bank, 500 million. That's a lot of money. No bank would donate 500 million and be quiet about it. Any bank, banks are not charity organizations. If a bank wants to give you 500 million, they will make a hell of noise out of it. So I don't know where he got that information from.
Okay. Emmanuel, back to the question I asked you. How are the IDPs faring? And you've got to be short, very, very, very brief about this.
Thank you. Issa, thank you for clarifying that issue. And that is the reason why I brought it up, so that you can respond to it appropriately. Because in several quarters, this is the news making the round. And I'm glad you've made that point clear for us to know. You are the spokesman for the government, so we want to believe what you've said. Now, going forward, the plight of the IDPs has somewhat improved to the extent of our consistent advocacy. That said, I would say that we still have issues with coordination in terms of humanitarian activities in the state. You recall that there was a time, a week, that the IDPs complained seriously and even had to protest on the streets of Maiduguri. That's as a result of the, horrible practice by some committees set up by the state to manage the cooking of food in the camps and all that. And you recall that severally we've advised and told the state that it is better that they, take a back seat and do more of supervision and hand over some of these responsibilities to NGOs. Is going to save them cost. They're going to get more transparency. NGOs are more accountable because the mechanisms are there. Monitoring and evaluation mechanisms are most often in place in serious and, of course, competent and NGOs who have capacities in terms of humanitarian response. That's what we've said severally. And we have also said that food distribution directly to the IDPs by a household is better than the general cooking that they are doing, because the general cooking they do breeds corruption, it's rancorous, and of course it also promotes the gender issues that we've always talked about, where a lot of the headed households don't even get food and all that. So, but when you return the food to the household, which the Borno State Emergency Management Agency have adopted, and that's what they are doing right now. It is foolproof, it is transparent, it is easy, and you can see that the IDPs are even happier. A sample opinion with the IDPs on which they prefer showed that they prefer the food distribution as against...
Emmanuel, we're running out of time, so I need for you to give me your last word on this now. We've run out of time completely. Your last word, please, Emmanuel.
Okay, my last word is simple. One, I believe that we can do better than what we are doing right now. The state needs to be more transparent in their operations, in their dealings concerning the IDPs. We need to know exactly how much the state has. If possible, we can publish it. I believe the governor is an accountant, so he will not be averse to publishing his issues. Then two, the communication is a very key issue. There's not enough communication going on. There are several other IDP host communities that have not gotten one single visit from the state or any humanitarian organizations like Ngubala, Bama, in Magomeri, Shagari Low Cost, and several other IDP locations like that.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Mr. Gusau, your last word on this. Well, one sentence, thank you.
We're dealing with a complex situation. This is something we've been on the last 4 years. I'm happy people like Emmanuel, are concerned about it, but I think those who want to speak on this should try and get their information accurate. Like he talked about Burma, until the governor was in Burma, he spent 6 days in Burma. So a lot of, people want to talk about it, and I think we appreciate their passion, but they should try as much as possible to get the right information. Our doors are open, would always be ready to give the information.
But he also said that they were not getting enough information. Communication is key. And you are the
I've been here 5 times.
So you need to talk.
We'll keep improving what we're doing.
My read of all this is that the situation has improved since the last time that you were both here, you and Emmanuel, and that's a wonderful sign. And donations are coming in, houses are being built, the people are being resettled. That is wonderful news indeed. Thank you very much for coming. Mr. Issa Gusau, SA Media to the Governor of Borno State. And we had Emmanuel Osemeke, Country Director, Social Welfare Initiative, who spoke to us from Abuja. Thank you very much, Emmanuel.